In many ways, engineers have the task of building a better tomorrow. You can set yourself on no better course, and there is no better place to begin than San Diego State University. Today, we're excited to share with you the details of the stellar education you will receive at our College of Engineering, which I know you will all find intellectually rigorous and immensely rewarding. So to start, let me offer some remarks about our college as a whole, following which you will hear from 4 of our distinguished department chairs in the 4 breakout sessions, who will tell you more about some of the specializations we offer. Also, before I will begin my presentation, I would like to introduce our 2 associate deans. The Associate Dean for Undergraduate Studies, Professor Yusuf Osterk, and also Associate Dean for Graduate Studies and Research, Professor Temesgen Geroma, as well as our Assistant Dean, Teresa Garcia, and Student Coordinator, Donovan Geiger, who will be available for answering your questions. So let's start the presentation. Welcome to Explore SDSU. First time ever, we organized the Explore presentation in a virtual mode. So let me comment on the vision and mission of our College of Engineering. The SDSU College of Engineering educates a diverse group of students to become engineering innovators, and it contributes to the technical knowledge of society at large. Also, our mission is to recognize human and societal needs, to design innovative, sustainable engineering solutions, embrace international perspective, and also create value through entrepreneurial efforts. Some statistics, some statistical data about our college. We have almost 4,000 strong in terms of the student count. Undergraduate enrollment as of fall 2019, it exceeded 3,700 of students, and almost 20% of them are female students. Our graduate enrollment included almost 30% of female students. And the total degrees that we granted last year, as you can see, was 736 students with 18% of female engineers. In general, we have 8 undergraduate degree programs and 13 graduate degree programs. We are a true powerhouse in terms of the generation of the engineering workforce in the United States of America. So at the undergraduate level, we offer aerospace, civil, computer, construction, electrical, environmental, mechanical engineering degrees, and also mechanical engineering bachelor degree with bioengineering emphasis. Our undergraduate program provides very high quality education and at an affordable cost. The college ranks high in the nation among the top colleges for engineering in terms of return on investment. We provide a unique opportunity for students to learn about the cutting-edge technologies through coursework and really multiple very interesting projects. In fact, we foster scholarship, professional growth, personal excellence. The opportunities for our undergraduate students include multiple research projects, the top of the notch of today's science and engineering with professors of international reputation. And the number and range of professional electives also allow our students to tailor your studies to your future career interests. Also, we offer excellent employment opportunities. Many seniors have at least one job offered before graduation. In fact, more than 60% of all our graduates, they are employed locally in the San Diego County area. At the graduate level, as you can see, we offer 9 master degrees in the areas of aerospace, bio, civil, electrical, computer, environmental, mechanical, and structural engineering. Also, we have quite interesting program and master program in collaboration with business, engineering, and 60% of classes students are supposed to take on the somebody should um,
Wait, hold on. Did you put your thing on speaker? On mute. Put your thing on mute.
okay, so some technical difficulties. That's the first time that we have this presentation in the virtual mode. So my apologies for these technical difficulties, but my understanding is that you can hear now me, and also you can see our slides. I think the slide, or the last slide that we offered was on master degrees. And in fact, as you can see, we offer them in 9 different areas: in airspace, in bioengineering, in civil, electrical, computer, environmental, mechanical, and structural engineering. And also we have this special program in collaboration with the College of Business. It's called Master of Engineering, and it includes 60% of classes that are supposed to be taken on the engineering side, and also 40% of classes with the College of Business. I'm not sure I have the control of the slide, so okay. So we also offer the doctoral programs in collaboration with the University of California, San Diego. As you can see, we have 4 doctoral programs in airspace and mechanical engineering, in bioengineering, in electrical and computer engineering, and also in structural engineering. The enrollment in these doctoral programs really skyrocketed during the last couple of years. We have almost doubled in terms of this enrollment during the last year, and we expect about 50% growth in the program also this year. So we can proceed to the next slide now. Yes, I already mentioned that in fact, we can be considered the powerhouse of the, in terms of the generation of the engineering workforce in United States. You can see this progress approximately in the last 5 years in terms of our bachelor degrees that we confirmed to our graduates. And as you can see, 3 of our programs are among 25 top engineering programs in US, again, in terms of the generation of the engineering workforce. So we really produce in the CSU system between 15 and 19% of the whole, out of 15 or 19 engineers in US, one comes from CSU system. In fact, depending on the major, it's either one of 15 or one of 19 students. And we can proceed to the next slide. So speaking about our strategies, in general, we are building on excellence in 3 areas. It is, of course, first of all, student success. It is research and creative endeavors. All our students have the opportunity, as I already mentioned, to be involved in the top-notch research projects, and also community and communications. And I will comment briefly on all 3 of these strategic areas. We can proceed to the next slide. So speaking about student success, we work on hiring many new faculty, which will reduce our student to faculty ratio. We also provide more scholarships, and the really distinguishing feature of our programs is the hands-on training. Our students, they are getting lots of practical experience in industry-sponsored projects, and the very well-known in the local community feature of our program is our famous capstone design projects, which present lots of opportunities for student engagement and for interaction with our industry sponsors. Also, I would like to comment on the newly established Center for Student Success in Engineering. We can proceed to the next slide. This center is led by our Assistant Dean, Teresa Garcia. I would like to remind you that she's here on the screen. You can see her, and she's available for answering your questions. The Center for Student Success, it has full-time staff, and it includes the lead faculty advisor. It includes also full-time center coordinator and also full-time coordinator for internships. So we provide really during your studies the direct links to industrial companies here locally, so that you can be engaged in very interesting internship opportunities. So we also are currently recruiting outstanding faculty, and we have more than 50% actually of our faculty hired during the last 5 years. They all actually provide opportunities also for undergraduate students to participate in research. Let's go to the next slide. So compared to other universities in the CSU system, and here you can see this really very high bar for San Diego State University. We are the flagship research university in this system, and in many areas we are real leaders in terms of research, in terms of the federal funding and the funding which we obtain from Californian governmental agencies and also from industry. SDSU is ranked among 60 US top public universities, and it's also #1 university in terms of the graduation rate performance. So that's really a very good place to be. We can proceed, yes, to the next slide. You can see that our research awards to the SDSU engineering faculty, they really rapidly growing. We almost tripled in recent years in terms of these awards. And in fact, our faculty, they offer, as I mentioned, to the undergraduate and of course graduate students, the opportunities to be involved in the top-notch research. They offer them positions as research assistants in their research labs, opportunities for training to work with top-of-the-notch equipment and top-of-the-notch ideas of the modern engineering, modern industry. Next slide, please. So speaking now about community and communication, this is also a very important area in our strategic activities. As you can see, we have the number of important organizations. One of them is MESA, which serves our underrepresented minority students, but at the same time, it actually serves all the students involved in the College of Engineering, enrolled in the College of Engineering, and provides the advising and tutoring opportunities for all the students. Troops to Engineers, it's a unique program which is offered by our college to serve our veteran students, and it provides them with internship opportunities, with advising, but at the same time, it has this unique record of achievement. 100% of all the veteran students in the College of Engineering which were involved in this program, they are employed. So it's 100% employment opportunity pretty much provided by this program. And as I mentioned, the Student Success Center, it has the full-time coordinator for internships. So we also organize these internships with the local industry. Some of them are also related to the capstone design projects, which are in many cases supported directly by our industrial partners, and actually our industrial sponsors. In many cases, they serve as judges of our capstone design projects. We have the final year show, which we call Design Day, in which all the projects have the opportunity to demonstrate what they achieved, what they produced in terms of concept, designs, ideas to our industry sponsors, and they can pursue direct employment opportunities based on these projects. Also, we offer, of course, multiple studies abroad. More than 50 of those different programs offer different possibilities for abroad studies. So speaking about honor societies, as you can see, we have the whole range of those, including the nationwide societies. And in fact, our undergraduate students, they can be involved in the research within the 3 federally funded research centers. It's the Center for Sensomotor Neural Engineering, supported by the NSF, the highest prestige award actually that National Science foundation grants to the universities in terms of establishing centers. Gates Center for electric vehicle transportation and safety through disruption. It's a Department of Transportation, also very interesting and important center that we have. So our faculty, they conduct research with the astronauts on the International Space Station. This is supported by NASA. And we have funded programs that promote undergraduate research in pretty much every major that we offer. Student clubs. We have about 30 of student clubs in our college, and they are very, very active. In fact, they participate in national, international competitions, and in many of them, they are real champions. They take the first places in those competitions, and I would like to give you an example of our recent achievement of the Rocket Club associated with the Aerospace Department. They achieved the world record. In fact, that's the record for the dual propellant liquid fuel rockets, which are launched by student organizations. They achieved more than 30,000 feet in the altitude. Next slide will show you the videos of this launch. You can see on the left see this rocket, you know, in the sky, but at the same time, at the left-hand side, you can see this image, this video, which shows from the rocket itself with the GoPro image. And what is also important, that this camera was successfully landed using a comprehensive parachute system, which this video on the left-hand side shows. So we can proceed to the next slide. Also, it's a very important addition to our infrastructure. We have an excellent new engineering and interdisciplinary science, so-called EIS complex of buildings, which are advancing all three of our strategic priorities. You remember, it's student success, research endeavors, and also community and communication. The engineering and interdisciplinary sciences complex is a home to bioengineering, wearable devices research lab, to creative design studio. We have energy research lab, nanofabrication lab with a comprehensive clean room. Also, the entrepreneurship center and innovation platform, all of them are housed in our EIS complex. Next slide. Will show, actually, this is the picture of the out-of-state student reception. So it shows that San Diego State University is also the destination. It's really inspiring to be admitted and enrolled, not only for the students locally here in San Diego County, but all over United States. So you can see this number of students and their parents in Seattle, state of Washington. They all applied, were admitted, and they participated in the out-of-state student reception. So in the end, I would like also to show you a video which will demonstrate the personal impressions of her studies of one of our former aerospace engineering student. Here is this
Our
video.
century is going to Mars, whereas my parents got to go to the moon. Hi, my name's Anna Marino. I'm a 4th year majoring in aerospace engineering with a minor in business management. I'm involved with a few clubs on campus, which would be Aztec Baja Racing, Associated Students, Rotaract, Tau Beta Pi, and then a few other engineering organizations. So one of the greatest experiences I've gotten out of SDSU is meeting alumni mentor Jordan Evans. Because of that, I was able to intern at one of the greatest companies of all time, which would be NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. And I was able to work on Mars 2020, which is the rover that's going to be going to Mars in 2020. And hopefully that's where my future takes me. My favorite place to study would be the library. That's just where I focus the most. I turn off my phone and, just have my laptop and whatever book I'm reading, and that's just when I crank out the most work. I was rock climbing since I was maybe 3. My dad would just put me in water shoes and a little harness and let me crawl up rocks, so it's my hidden talent.
Okay, thank you all for watching. And now I see that we have some number of questions. As I mentioned before, our assistant dean, Teresa Garcia, also the student coordinator, Donovan Geiger, as well as 2 our associate deans, Professor Osterk and Professor Garoma, are available to answer your questions.
I apologize. We're going to go through the questions now and answer your questions very quickly so that you can get on to the department sessions immediately after. So we'll start from the top and answer in general. If they are questions that could be answered in the next session, please do that. So do you have to pick concentration? You do have to pick which engineering major you're going into. And so I also see an undeclared question. You can come in undeclared and move into engineering later if you complete certain courses in a certain GPA. So to answer the question about a concentration, other than the general major of engineering that you have to select, civil majors, mechanical majors, everyone has an elective set of courses you can choose from. That's where you can pick up some extra courses in that major. This is a question that you want to ask at the next session in your department as well. How is the school on double majors? Yes, our school offers double majors. However, we do not offer a double major in engineering. So you could not select civil engineering and computer engineering, but you could make a second major outside of the college. Yes, and that is for transfers as well as those students who come in as freshmen. I'm scrolling through. I already talked about that one. Civil engineering, as well as all the other department sessions, start at 10:45. We expect to get you out of this session before that so that you can join the other. Going through these. Thank you all for joining us. We have many, many questions. So as far as the advising, someone asked, are there different counselors for engineering majors? And actually you have quite a bit of resources in the form of advising. Every engineering major has an engineering faculty member as assigned advisor. You also have our peer advisors in the Center for Student Success in Engineering. We also have general advisors for graduation requirements and general education in our University Advising Center. So we have lots of resources for you. I also saw a question that I believe I might have missed. It was asking about resources. Given the high math content, high science content, your resources as a student as far as tutoring are free to you. We offer this with our MASTER program to all of our declared engineering majors, free of charge in our center as well, offered by peer tutors. So you will have a variety of resources. We also have university-wide math and writing center that will help you as well. So yes, as far as resources to help you become successful, we definitely are here for you, providing much opportunity. As Dina Levsky talked about, another question is in research opportunities. In this particular question, it's bioengineering. However, we have research opportunities in bioengineering as well as all of our other majors. There's a question here about student-faculty ratio. May I ask one of our other associate deans to pick up that question?
So it depends on the department, but our current faculty student ratio is, I believe, around 45 for tenure track faculty. But we do have lecturers in addition to this, so that would bring the student faculty ratio to close to 30 probably.
Thank you, Associate Dean Osterk. The next question I'd like to address is going to be towards Donovan. The question is, how common is it for engineering students to study abroad, and is it difficult? Can you briefly answer that?
Sure. So it's we have lots of opportunities for our engineers to study abroad. In fact, we have very specific programs like faculty-led programs where we'll have a professor go with students overseas and actually teach a regular SDSU course there, so you don't have to worry about transferring units back. Makes it very easy. We set up everything, take care of your housing and all the tours and all the academics. So you just go study and learn and have fun. That's about it. So lots of places that we can go to over the summer or the winter breaks. We have programs in Poland, in Germany, and in Panama. So lots of opportunities out there. We can also do independent study abroad programs. So I definitely do encourage it, and we have lots of resources there for you.
Thank you, Donovan. So I see a few questions about sorry about that. I lost my track here. Computer science. There's quite a few questions about computer science. So I'd like to share with you all that our computer science major at San Diego State is actually in the College of Sciences. It is not one of our engineering majors. And you, fortunately, we don't have their enrollment or other detailed questions or answers for you about College of Sciences or computer science. So please feel free to contact the assistant dean or the department chair in computer science. And just so you know, we are accessible even during this time. We are checking emails and answering student questions in all of our colleges and all of our departments.
Here, I would like also to add that we offer a computer engineering program.
Okay, good question. There's a question about which classes you need to declare the engineering major. So just to clarify, if you declared on your application engineering, regardless of the computer, civil, whichever engineering you chose, you're all coming in as a pre-engineering major or pre-computer engineering, pre-civil engineering, and so forth. So to answer this question, in order to move from that pre-major to major, you'd have to have a GPA of 2.7 or above in all of your courses, not just engineering, so an overall. And then the 6 courses that you need are going to depend on the program, but in general, they are Calc 1, Calc 2, Physics 1, Physics 2, and then this is where it differs. Chemistry is not required by all majors, but most of our majors. And then statics, again, required by some, but not all. And computer engineering is required for the computer engineering and electrical engineering majors. So there is a little bit of difference depending on the major you've chosen, but hopefully I've answered that question in general. And hopefully I've answered the other questions about pre-engineering as well. We're getting close to our end time. And yes, if you've applied as a engineering major in one department, but you'd like to switch, you can do that. Usually it's after the end of September. But you will need to go into the departments to see if they would sign off on your changing major form. That's all it is. To change major is a form that the department chair in any department would review and sign. We are coming close to the end of our session. Some of the department specific questions you can ask in the next session. And let me just check the time very quickly. and check a few more of these questions and make sure we answer. The question about programs related to NASA, Dina Levsky has shared a couple of them, and you saw some of our student projects. Please ask that question in the aerospace session for more detailed answer. Gosh, you guys are great with your questions. I believe I've answered some of these regarding major GPAs and so forth. Let me see if I can get to a couple more before we have to end. Let me share what I think might answer quite a few questions. Switching majors and or applying for a second major, as well as applying for a minor, it's a matter of one form. That form, however, needs to be signed by the appropriate person. Usually it's the department's chair. So it's an easy process at San Diego State to change a major, to add a minor, or to add a second major. And of course, before you do any of those things, we would ask that you see an advisor once you're here to be able to, that you're making the correct and proper decision for your situation. I think I'll end with two things. One, even if you're switching to another major outside of our college, it's the same process, just a simple form with the signature that you have to obtain from the department chair in whatever area that you're switching to. And then lastly, I'm going to kind of generalize a question that I see here about transfer students being able to pick classes. I'll generalize that to say all new students will be choosing their classes in the summer. Unless we have anything different because of our current situation, in which we will notify all students about any deadline changes, students will be able to pick their classes in the summer. So that's the same for transfers. Transfers will pick classes later in the summer, and freshmen will be able to pick their classes a little earlier. Not to despair, however, because the transfer students are picking different classes than the freshman students are. So we make our absolute best effort to make sure every student gets the classes that they need. With that, I'm afraid I have to close our session. And again, I thank you all for taking the time in this situation that we're in to join our session. I want to remind you that there will be the department session starting at 10:45. You've got a couple minutes to transition to that and have a rest. So you'll see on the screen now the different Zoom links, which you should already have access to. Again, thank you very much for your interest in San Diego State. We would love to see you in the fall. And please continue to ask questions if you have them. You can reach us. Our contact information is on our SDSU College of Engineering website. Thank you all very much for attending. Please attend your 10:45 department session and any other sessions that are being offered at Explore today. And know that these slides and the session will be posted on the main Explore site after today. Thank you, and please stay safe and be well.
Thank you all for watching.